Alright, this is the patch 14.24 rundown. I haven't really looked at it too much myself, but I'm going to run down, give my thoughts, see who I think might be strong winners this patch, losers this patch, see what might be good to play, what might not be good to play. Anyway, looks like we got quite a few nerfs. We got some buffs, and we got some adjustments. Alright. Okay, so best W shield duration and value decreased, E damage decreased. It looks like the shield is going down by half a second in duration, and the shield amount is going down quite significantly. It looks like 35 at level 1, and 30 by rank 5. Well, it looks like based on level, so at level 18 it'll be down by 30. And the ratio is going down by 25%, the bonus AD ratio. It's a pretty hefty nerf. This is kind of her main ability that most of her power is put into. The E damage is going down. The base is staying the same, and it looks like at ranks 2, 3, 4, and 5, there's quite a big nerf at rank 5 E. So probably shouldn't be maxing this spell anymore. 20% bonus AD ratio is quite a big nerf. Alright, Corki E damage decreased. It looks like you're losing 20 damage at all ranks, and then we're losing 10% of the bonus AD ratio. Probably not that big of a deal. It's very unlikely you're going to get the full damage off of this spell anyway. Alright, Elise base health decreased. 30 health at level 1. Probably not super impactful. Like it says, they're targeting higher skill brackets, so that is where this is going to hurt the most. But probably not too big a nerf on him, on her I mean. Graves Q secondary damage decreased. Alright, so how did they do this? So the first initial damage of the Q is unchanged. The secondary damage is going down by, the ratio is going down by, it looks like 5% at rank 2, and then 10% rank 3, 15% rank 4, and 20% rank 5. So you're not going to feel this at level 1, but you probably feel this, maybe. I don't know. 20% bonus AD ratio reduction is not the biggest nerf, because if you think about it, a longsword, right? 20% of a longsword is what? 2 damage? So you're losing 2 damage if you buy a longsword at rank 5Q. Obviously this does increase as the game goes on, or as you build more items, but probably not a massive nerf on Graves. Q damage decreased. It looks like we are losing LeBlanc's Q damage. It looks like 5 damage base across all ranks. Not really gonna do much, I don't think. Master Yi, I was reading about this. Q critical strike scaling increased. I think this is quite an interesting little change. So I guess it's just making the Q, okay, critical strike scaling is being buffed flat, and then it's going to be buffed even further with Infinity Edge. That's quite interesting. Some total damage on that, and so on. Okay. So not a big buff, but you know, if you do want to go crit Yi, then this will be good for you. Not really all that. What even is it? It's like, instead of 35% bonus damage on the Q, you get 56% bonus damage. So I guess in that sense, it's quite meaningful. but like the patch says, you're probably not going to go crit Yi, and you know, if you do go crit Yi, your Q will hit a bit harder. E bonus AD decreased. So 2 to 3% max health, it goes from 2 to 2.8% max health. So this is like negligible nerf, and yeah, it's really negligible nerf. You're really just gonna get, to be fair, Dr. Mundo does build a lot of health, so you might feel this like late in the game, but you know, are you really gonna be maxing E all that quickly? Probably second out of his 3 spells you'll probably be maxing, so you might feel this a bit once you get a couple items and you get you know, what is it, level 13 when you get your next max ranked ability. So yeah, it's pretty decent Mundo nerf. Poppy base armor decreased, armor growth increased, Q damage adjusted. So nerfing the base armor, so it's gonna hurt support Poppy, it's gonna hurt jungle Poppy. Slightly less so. Armor growth is what is increased. The armor growth is increased, so it looks like they are buffing her in the top lane, it seems. Yeah, so the armor growth will be good for Poppy players who like to play her in a solo lane, getting lots of experience. And then the Q damage is being reduced by 10 and then 5 and then... Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's nerfed early. 10 damage off at rank 1 on the Q, and then 5 damage off on the rank 2, and then nothing at rank 3, no change rank 3, 5 increased damage rank 5, and then 10 increased damage, or 4, sorry, 5 increased damage rank 4, and 10 increased damage at rank 5, and then they're increasing the bonus AD ratio by a small amount. So, you know, Bruiser Poppy will be slightly benefited from this, but Bruiser Poppy probably won't be building a lot of AD to begin with, so this is more like an assassin top lane Poppy buff, but you know, who plays that? Rel base health increased, passive resistance is stolen, and minimum steal increased, W shield increased. Rel's changes last patch were... Okay, so... Sorry, just had to check that my microphone was picking up my voice, because that would be embarrassing if I went through this whole time without realizing. Have to re-record the video, but I don't. So, alright, that base health increased, passive resistance stolen, minimum steal increased, W shield increased. So it looks like a pretty sizable buff on several parts of her kit. It looks like 1%, so 30 base health. It's like whatever. It's probably like an auto attack maybe. And then resistance is stolen 1%, and then the minimum steal is being buffed as well, almost. Yeah, so 1.5 times early, and then it goes to 3. I guess it's still 1.5. So minimum steal's up by 1.5%, and the resistance to stolen is up by... Wait, sorry, 1.5 times, not 1.5%. And the resistance to stolen are just going up by 1%. The W shield is going up by 10 at all ranks, and it's increasing by 1% of the maximum health. So, yeah, I guess that's pretty good. Riven E shield decreased, so Riven's losing 10 health on her shield. That's it. It's not really all that. Not that big a deal. Rumble, Q damage increased, W shield increased. Rumble's getting a buff. That's quite interesting. I always thought he was quite strong as it was. Rumble had a not so hot spot after several nerfs, since he's working in the early game. Better late game damage. Okay. So we are buffing his AP ratio by 10% on his Q. It's pretty good. And the scrap shield is going up by 5%, the AP ratio. So yeah, this is hitting his or buffing his later game once he has a few AP items. Swain, base armor growth decreased. Okay, so 1 armor off at level 1, and it looks like half an armor off every level. So probably won't notice this change. At level 18 you're gonna lose 9 armor, so at level 18 you'll be down 10 armor. Probably not enough to significantly move Swain, gonna be honest. Talon base MR decreased, passive monster damage modifier decreased. Okay, so they're nerfing him in the jungle, they're nerfing him in the mid lane versus mages, and I guess just against magic damage in general, it's only 3 magic resistance, so it's not super bad. It's not going to take him out of the mid lane or anything like that. And the monster damage modifier is 10%. They're just going to make his jungling a bit slower. Okay, Twitch buff, Q attack speed and attack speed duration increased. He lives quite as many games as he currently does to help our favorite rapper give him a small power injection. Okay. His attack speed duration low matches ult duration. Okay. So you're getting an extra second of bonus attack speed on his Q. I think that's pretty significant. And the attack speed itself is going up by 5%. Okay, so pretty decent buffs here on Twitch. You probably won't notice it too much. You'll notice that the Q attack speed will now match the ultimate, so you will gain your bonus attack speed coming out of the R in the Q. They'll be lined up now, so it feels like quality of life. He will be stronger, but it's not gonna change an awful lot of stuff. It'll change a little bit. Victor is the big rework. All abilities adjusted. Alright, let's go through here. Hex fragments from cannon minions is doubled from 5 to 10. Hex fragments from takedowns is being nerfed by 5 from 25 to 20. So they're making him more farming focused slightly, but you still get quite a few significant hex fragments from takedowns still, so it's not going to change an awful lot in that sense. Q siphon power is going to the shield is going up by 15 at level 1, and then it's going to be going up by 10 at level 5 of the Q. The W is being buffed early by a few percent. So it looks like 3%, then 3%, then 2%, then 2%, then it will stay the same at max rank. So time spent in gravity field before stun is varied and random between 1.1 and 2.5 1.1 to 2.5 seconds. That can't be right, can it? But now it's going to be strictly... Yeah, so what I think this means, I think it was random between 1.1 second and 1.25 seconds. I don't think this full stop should be here, maybe, or yeah, but now it's going to be strictly 1.25 seconds. I think that's good. Gravity field will no longer fail to stun in the appropriate amount of time. Slow application can no longer be slowed after being stunned by W. Slow now applies as long as you are within the gravity field. I think that's a pretty good buff. The slow debuff duration is going from 1 second to 0.25 seconds, so it looks like they're just fixing up the W a little, so it doesn't stay on you when you leave the zone. Seems good. The mana cost going down by 10 on the E is at all ranks is good. It's going to be good. I assume they're just doing this for the new Victor players that will start playing him with this rework, and with Arcane making him more popular. Arcane Storm Ultimate can now evolve after evolving all other abilities and collecting 100 more hex fragments. Obliterate. Evolving Arcane Storm now makes the storm grow 40% in size and gain 3 seconds of duration if it damages an enemy that dies. Maximum of 6 size increases. What? 6 size increases? How do you even get 6 size increases? Damages an enemy that dies. Maximum of 6 size increases. Yeah, I don't know how that will work. 6 size increases. I'm not sure how you can get more than 5 takedowns in a fight. But anyway, plus 6 second overall duration increase. Alright, so Victor's gonna be broken, I think. He's been buffed in every single way, so he will be a little bit stronger next patch than he normally is, but I assume they're going to nerf him in the next 2 or 3 patches. They'll probably bring him back down once all the Arcane enjoyers pick him up and start doing well on him. So, seems good. You know, he'll get quite a few more fans. Warwick, his base AD is going down by 2. His Q cast range is going up. I didn't know the Q cast range was so big. That's very interesting. Q cast range 365. Wow. Okay. This doesn't seem right. Like, but I guess it's okay. So he's getting a small cast range buff on Q, and then the attack speed buff duration goes to 2 seconds. Attack speed buff now granted on the attacker spell that puts the target below the health threshold. Okay. Warwick's attack speed is now granted on the first attack on a new target that is below the health threshold. Interesting. And it will last for 2 seconds after you declare an attack on, or declare a spell on someone who would go below half health on hitting the target. So it seems like a pretty big Warwick buff. They are tapping down his base AD to not make this a massive buff that will bring him into the meta. Yuumi. Q mana cost decreased, damage increased. Q mana cost decreased, damage increased. Okay, so it looks like a strictly buffing to Yuumi. The mana is going down by... The mana cost going down by 5 at rank 2, and then 10 at rank 3, 10 at rank 4? Wait, there's 6 casts. There's 6 of this. Okay, so at rank 1, it's going down by 5. At rank 2, it's going down by 10. Rank 4, it's going down by 15. Rank 5, it's going down by 20. And then rank 6, it's going down by 25. So if you max this first, you're going to get a lot of mana back on every cast. So really good Yuumi buff. 5, it looks like 5 damage increased at rank 1. At rank 2, you get 5 damage. At rank 3, you get 10 damage. Rank 4, you get 15 damage. Rank 5, you get 20. And then rank 6, you get 25 damage. It's pretty significant. The maximum damage is also going to go up by 5, and then so nothing at rank 1, and then 5, and then 10, 20. Is this 20? It's hard to see when there's not 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like 25. Looks like 10, and then 15, right? Yeah, so 15, and then 20, and then 25. So it looks like it's just going to be a strict buff. You're going to be gaining 25 damage generally across at the max rank of Q, and your mana cost for that is going to go down by 25 as well. Item queuing. you can disable component auto purchasing. Improve clarity of the gold meter. Remove the overlapping yellow ring that displays gold spent on components that build into your queued item. Okay, and then ARAM, doesn't matter. Clash Tournament ARAM Cup. This is going to be an ARAM, December 9th. Tournament dates are the 14th and the 15th. So that's going to be this weekend, 14th and 15th. And I think that is everything. So yeah, I'm going to finish this there before this video gets super long. But thank you for watching and enjoy playing Victor, getting that free LP next patch.